Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Up-N-Runnin. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell right next to it for your notifications, and click the like button. On today's episode, we're going to start a new project. It's a 1965 Ford Galaxie 500. It's a two-door hardtop car, and hopefully you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Alright, we picked up this Ford. Let's get it loaded up. Sorry for all the wind and noise, guys, but I stopped about 10 miles down the road from picking the car up, and what I did is I went back and I double-checked all my tie-downs. Inevitably, in the first, 10, 20 miles, they do loosen up a little bit, so I always stop and check them, and that way I don't regret it, so be sure to do that. This is a 1965 Ford Galaxie 500. It's got a 352 in it. This is actually a really solid car. It's the body on it is in really nice shape. It needs some mechanical work, so we'll definitely be taking a look at that and seeing if we can't get it to run and drive a little better than it currently does. So something to look forward to. I don't know if you can see it, it's got a nice spider web going there. Alright, so I went to start up the Galaxie this morning and it fired right up and it ran for a little bit and then it died. If you look at the filter, it appears to be out of gas. So I think what may be happening is the car's sitting at a little bit of an angle. It may just be out of gas. So I went ahead and poured 5 gallons into the tank. I'm going to pour a little bit in the carburetor and see if it'll start back up. I'm not getting a lot coming out of the fuel pump, so I'm wondering if the fuel pump is bad in it. There is some coming out. Basically, I don't think there's enough fuel coming out of the fuel pump. I think we need to get a new fuel pump. Alright, I've got the Galaxie up in the air, so we're going to take a look at the underside of it. You'll see this car is really pretty solid. If you look at the bottoms of the quarters, everything looks fantastic. Trunk floor. Bottoms of the rear quarters on the right side look really nice. This is the driver's side floor. We'll move over to the passenger side floor. Now there is one soft spot here, you can see right here. So this floor pan would need to be replaced. It's just the very bottom of it though. The rest of it's really nice. This thing's got old school glass pack mufflers on it. Now something I did notice when I was looking at the car is that it didn't shift quite right, and I had a feeling I knew what it was, and hopefully I'm right. Regardless, this is an issue. What this is the vacuum is unplugged on the transmission. I'll see if I can get that plugged in a little better, but that will definitely help the shifts. Alright, another thing that's going on under here, we definitely have some kind of a leak in the power steering. I'm sure one of the lines is bad, so we'll have to take a look at that and get that figured out as well. We'll need to get the oil changed. Like I say, I think it's going to need a fuel pump. But otherwise, everything else under here looks decent, and hopefully it'll end up being a decent car. Alright, I took a look at the door tag on this car and just curious what engine was supposed to be in it. And if you can see, it says 5A as in Adam, 66, X as in X-ray. The X is the engine code, and according to what I looked up online, this should be a 352 4-barrel. So as you can see, at some point, somebody converted it to a 2-barrel. So, not a big deal. But it doesn't have the right intake and carb on it. The other thing I noticed is that the vacuum advance on the carburetor wasn't hooked up to anything. I stuck it on a vacuum port on the intake. I'm not 100% sure that's where it's supposed to go. I have to do a little research on that and figure that out, but I will definitely do it. I only see one other port on the carburetor, and I'm not 100% sure that's going to work. So I'm going to do a little more research on that and figure that out. Alright, I'm going to try to start this one more time and take a look and see if we're getting fuel sucked out of the tank, and if we're not, we're going to figure out what's going on there. And now it doesn't want to start. I think we just got our answer there, because if I look at the fuel filter again, it's basically dry. Every once in a while I would see a spurt of gas into it, but basically nothing's coming out. So we'll check that out. I want to make sure that all the lines are clear and that there's no other issues. The other thing I did is when I plugged up that transmission leak that I showed you a little bit ago, that clogged a big vacuum leak as well, so that helped it run a lot better too. Alright, I pulled the fuel line off and a little bit of gas came out of it. It's good gas, so I think we're in good shape there. I'm going to pressurize the fuel tank and see if we can get some fresh gas to blow through there. Alright, I disconnected the fuel line right at the tank, so I'm going to go ahead and blow in there and see if I get anything out. We'll just keep checking it up the line. Alright, we got fuel out of there. I'm going to hook that line back up and we'll check it up front. Alright, right here's the line, so keep an eye on it and we'll see if anything comes out there. Alright, I didn't get anything, so just going to verify I'm on the right thing. that's not right. We're gonna have to put it down and check on that. All right, this is fuel line here. I'm gonna blow from the front to the back. I'd prefer not to do that, to blow all the fuel out of it, but I'm just gonna listen and see if we get anything. I do believe I heard it in the back. I'm gonna try to blow forward now. Try it to the back one more time. Some out, so I don't think that's the issue. Alright, I started the car off of this and it's running off the fuel pump and it's running just fine right now. Well, I think somewhere I am getting a fuel restriction out of the tank, so I'm going to have to look into that a little bit and see what's going on. Alright, we're going to fire this back up and see if it keeps fuel in the bowl now. I set the choke. It seems like it's running way better. That vacuum leak on the transmission, I'm sure, was causing problems. Idle sounds good. I think we'll shut it off. Alright, that little bit made a big difference in the way it runs. I think now we better take it out for a drive and see how it works. See if we got any other issues, if things got better. I love the Fords where the S wire is just right there. Alright, this thing's already running 1,000 times better. I'm not going to stray too far. I've got nobody to come rescue me today, so we're just going to go around the circle here. Ooh, right now it's Armstrong steering. I have a feeling the steering gearbox is bad on it. Sorry, the windshield's a little dirty too. Whoa, brakes pull a little bit. We'll have to look at that. Let's go this way once. It shifts nice. Definitely pulls to the right. Ugh. Blinkers work, brake lights work, headlights work. The high beam on the headlights doesn't work. I'll have to look at that as well. This car's got 81,000 miles on it, according to the previous owner whose grandfather bought it new. I tend to believe it. It doesn't look, you know, too worn out past that, so it's probably right. It shifts really nice. Alright, I think I figured out our fuel issue. What the car would do is every once in a while it would just kind of act like it was run out of gas, and then as soon as I would put it on a fuel can and run it back through the fuel pump, everything was good again. So this right here is the culprit, and the piece of fuel line is actually, I mean, it's not horrible, it's a little flexible yet. It is a little older, but you can see here it's split open there, and then it's actually got a hole in it right here. And if you flex this thing, you can also see there's some cracks. Hopefully this is showing up, like right here. And what I discovered is when it would get hot out, for example, or the sun would come out and the sun would shine on it, all of a sudden it would start dripping fuel, but other times it would not. And this was located in the left rear. I had to pull the tire off real quick in the driveway and replace that hose. So that seemed to solve everything with the fuel issue I was talking about earlier. So hopefully we got that figured out and everything's good. I haven't had a problem since I did this, so I wanted to save this piece of hose to show it to you. That was a crazy one. It would leak sometimes and not others. Alright, we made it back in one piece. Looks like there's one leak up there. I'm sure it's the power steering. That thing is leaking quite a bit, so we'll take a look at the brakes first and then the steering after that. It pulls really hard to the right, so we'll figure out what's going on there and make it nicer to drive. This car's got one of those old school single reservoirs. It's about half full, so we're definitely going to need to go ahead and add some brake fluid. Alright, that's good. All full up. Alright, let's pull the wheels off, see what it looks like. adjuster wheel is nice and free. I'll just squirt a little lube on it. Everything else in there looks really nice. And the drums seem like they were adjusted about right. That doesn't look too bad. They, you know, you can tell they sat a little bit. This car sat since like '92. Let's go take a peek at the other side. The fronts, you got to take the bearings out. These look really nice as well. The adjuster wheel is free, just a hair tight, but I shot a little lube on it, that'll help. Alright, this looks pretty good actually. The good thing is it doesn't appear to be leaking. I'm going to lube that up a little bit, and it's too loose, so I got to tighten it up. Alright, that adjuster was stuck just a pinch. But otherwise everything else looks like it's in good shape. I'm gonna put this back on and tighten it up again. Alright, that's probably pretty close. apart in there. A little spring came off right here. Oh, that ain't good. We're going to need brakes. Alright, well. That's why we look at them. The wheel cylinder looks okay. We're going to need hardware and then pads, or shoes, excuse me. I'll show you what came off there. If you look at the top of the whole top of the shoe came off. Alright guys, we got the new brakes for up here, so we're going to go ahead and put them on. Sure you always take a picture of this. I took one yesterday so you get everything back correctly. I'm going to double check that the new shoes that I got are right. Alright, I'm going to start pulling them apart. And my cable broke. Well, we'll order a kit for it. Alright, my self-adjuster cable broke right here. So I've got another one on order. It goes down to here to actuate the self-adjuster. So as soon as we get that in the morning, we will continue. For now, we're going to go over and do the other side. It's just the same thing as here, so I'm not going to film it and bore you guys to death with it. So hopefully this will go smoothly. Alright, this side's all done. It went really smoothly. The other side would have been smooth too, except that cable broke. So I've got another one coming, and we'll wrap that up. Alright, I was able to come up with the cable, so let's put it back together. Alright, everything's together correctly now. Awesome sauce. Alright, I'll put the drums on and we'll be in good shape. That one's probably right where it should be. It's got just a little bit of drag on it. So I'm going to go do the other one and then we'll be done. Alright, here's the agony I spared you doing those brakes. Day 1, I discovered that the shoe fell apart. Day 2 is when I got the new cable and discovered it wasn't the right length. Had to order another one. And then on day 3, I got the correct length cable and discovered that the self-adjuster that was in the front left wheel, the one that I did a lot of the filming on, was for the passenger side of the car. The threads were the wrong way and I had to get another self-adjuster. So I know it was maybe a little long in the video, but it was really long in person. That front left wheel fought me the whole way. So anyway, hopefully your brake jobs go a lot smoother than that one did. All right, let's see if it stops. Yeah, stops. Like the carb needs a little work. All right, another thing down. Alright guys, we're going to talk about one of my pet peeves today, and that is window chalk or window paint. You may have seen it when we picked this car up, it had some on. You can still see it's got a lot of it on the window. I've worked over an hour getting this stuff off already and it's still everywhere. I don't know if you can see it, it's on the paint. It's literally just everywhere on this car. Please don't use that stuff, it's crap. It's all over the paint back here yet. If anybody knows a good way to get that stuff off, I'm open to it. I've tried quite a few things. 409 seems to work pretty well, but you still just struggle. It still just takes forever to get it off. Alright, today we're going to replace the steering gearbox. This thing's leaking out of both the input and output seal, and it's leaking so much that the power steering doesn't work. So we're going to go ahead and replace that, and hopefully we'll have power steering. Alright, here it is from down below. We have to take that big nut off to drop the pitman arm, and then there's 3 bolts that hold the gearbox to the frame of the car. And then it should come down. And it's off. Might be a challenge to get out of here. May have to pop off one of the other arms here, but we'll see. Or maybe it'll go up. We're going to try up. I'm not sure. It's going to be a challenge either way, so let's see what we can do. Up was the ticket. I'm just going to compare these two on the bench. So far, they look the same. I kind of looked at them when they dropped it off. It looks the same. I'm sure they have this set up in the center. So we're going to have to get this put back together that way. All right, I think they look the same, so I think we're in good shape.
Alright guys, I just have to tighten that nut up yet. This thing was a bear to get in. I actually had to, I don't know if you can see it. Right back up in there though, I actually had to trim the frame back a little bit because the holes are drilled just a little bit off center in this gearbox. I don't know if you can see it, which slid the gearbox just slightly toward the front of the car and it didn't fit. So there was a lot of swearing, it took a lot of time, but got it in. Alright, time to pour in a little transmission fluid and we'll see if the power steering works. About at the right level. I'm just going to turn the wheel a few times. Take it out for a drive and see how it feels. Alright, for the Galaxie I got a new plastic piece that holds this trim on. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And it looks different. Supposedly it's the correct piece. It's an updated version. So hopefully it works. Yeah, the good thing is it screws on, so let's go try it on the car. Alright, I'm going to try to do this one-handed. So this is supposed to clip on here, this spring, and then it goes into these grooves. Okay, this spring sits on the top of that, and then there's 3 pins on there that go into those grooves. So let me go ahead and see if this thing's going to clip on. Look at that, it worked perfectly. Basically all you do is you push it in, you rotate it, and then it snaps into place, and the horn works as it should. So this is awesome. Let me step back and I'll show you what it looks like at a distance. That makes the steering wheel look a whole lot better.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell right next to it for your notifications, and click the like button. Thanks for watching.